After filming the famous Tupako Awakening advertisement, we decided to debrief with the children involved in the experiment to uncover their deepest thoughts on how negative communication has affected their lives. Here's what they said.
So tell me again, what did that boy that you were telling me about find offensive?
How everyone was like saying that the boy was saying that everyone knows that he's a redhead, but he comes across as a yellowhead.
So do you guys find that
No.
offensive?
No. Like it's his opinion though.
Yeah,
He can think what he wants to.
yeah.
Think what's offensive.
What's a yellowhead?
I don't know. Like this? I don't know.
A blonde.
This is blonde. No,
TF
but he didn't say blonde, he said yellow.
But remember you were saying it's hard for us to know because we're not redheads?
Yeah.
But
Remember you were
would
saying-
get offended if I called you a yellowhead? Like, oh, look at that yellowhead chick.
No.
Well,
I just
yeah.
think that you're calling me blonde.
Yeah.
But I guess it's interesting about what we find offensive.
No, but he
Might
gets
be to
upset.
others.
He like they
That's
get-
right.
They get in fights a lot.
Yeah.
So like I guess it just comes natural.
Why?
No, over anything.
Why do they fight? Why? But let's find out, why do they fight?
Is it just
I
a
don't know.
person?
Do you don't know? They just seem to, for whatever reason, fight and call each other names. Yeah,
Everyone tries to stop them, but
yeah. Go, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Tia was saying how they get into the fights over just anything.
yeah.
So
Anything.
maybe it's not what they're fighting about, it's just each other. They just dislike each other.
Yeah.
Who they are.
And that's what causes so much of it, right? Yeah. Like what we've been kind of talking about today. You know, like why do parents fight?
Like,
Yeah.
Send all those mean things to each other.
Yeah, why do they do that?
They dislike each other, so they find some reason to get worked up and try to justify why
But
they're
still,
angry at someone.
what makes them think that that's correct to do?
Yeah.
But what makes that right?
Right.
What makes that okay to do that? What makes
Do
it
you
okay
ever
to
think
do
clearly when you're angry?
that? No.
Exactly. Like, don't you say things in the heat of the moment sometimes?
Spontaneous?
Yeah, but you don't mean to. Or maybe you call someone like a yellowhead, but in the heat of the moment, and
Like you're
you
just
don't
mad.
find it rude, but for some reason
But maybe
they do. And you know what? What if you keep calling them a yellowhead, even though you know they hate it, but you still do it? Why do you do that?
because you're mad at them.
Because you dislike the person?
Yeah.
What's the point?
What's the point? Yeah. But we do it, right?
Get a reaction.
To get a
Like, me and
reaction.
Nathan fight all the time.
Yeah.
It's just to get a reaction out of each other.
It's fun, right? And do you know how to stop?
When Dad tells us to.
So Dad tells you to stop. So there's something there that says, that's not appropriate anymore. Stop. Yeah, it takes something, doesn't it, to stop? Yeah. Well, that's kind of what we've been doing with this Tupako. You know, is having someone or something that says, stop. I'm not liking what you're saying or doing. Yeah, it's not right. And even though you might think, what do you call Nathan? Give me your best shot. Bumhead? What do you call Tia?
Yeah, what do you call me?
What? An idiot? Yeah? But, you know, if you don't like that and Dad's not around,
I would probably just keep fighting.
yeah.
Like, I'd probably just keep calling him names.
So can you imagine that? If two people aren't getting on and there's nothing there to stop it, it just keeps going. And would it hurt after a while if he kept calling you an idiot and an idiot and an idiot?
Yeah, it would start.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
And it's a lot harder for adults because there's no real common higher authority. Like with children, they have parents
That's right.
or teachers or someone older and
Wiser.
able to intervene. Whereas adults, they have younger. If they have kids, they're younger and they're not able to intervene.
They don't have control over
And
the
well,
parents.
no
But
power.
the parents have control over the kids.
Yeah. And do you think we act like kids sometimes because we're upset? Do you think
Yeah.
adults can do that? Yeah, right? So what we've tried to do with Tupako is just have that ability to say, I don't want that. I don't want to accept that. Yeah, that makes sense? And you know when you're doing something at school and you've got spell check, you know, like, are you guys good at spelling?
No.
I am so bad at spelling. I am really bad. But what I do, you know how you type it up and then you put the spell check through it? What we're trying to do with Tupako is that, like an emotional spell checker. So what you're going to do is, you know when you send a message, you guys might relate to this and you just want to send it because you want the reaction? What this does, you run a spell check over it and it says, I don't think that's very nice, or I think that's not going to go down so well. So it gives you a chance to send a better one. Do you think that'd be pretty good? Does that make sense? You know, like,
That would help.
yeah. Do you think? I think so.
Especially people fighting.
Can you imagine? And you're so angry at each other or you're so hurt.
That would help them calm down and realize that they're doing it wrong.
That's
And
right.
They should be like saying sorry for all the mean stuff I said.
That's all it is, you know. It's take the emotion out of it. You know, there's got to be a better way of how to connect. Because everything's via email now, isn't it? And texting, and no one talks anymore.
Because they can't say it to their face.
Correct. And you know, have you ever got a message and you think they're angry at me, they're shouting at me, or they're upset with me? You know? So that's what it's going to do. So it's just going to stop all of that. Yeah?
That would really help.
Fantastic. Great. Did any questions come out of today for you guys? Does that explain Tupako? You reckon? Yeah? Can you see how else it could be used besides parents? How else? Bullying.
Yeah, bullying is a big problem.
It's a massive issue, isn't it? Can you see how you get a message and it really, yeah.
Other family relations, like mother, daughter, father, son, siblings.
There's so many, aren't there? Like, you think about it.
It can keep friendship.
Can keep a friendship. Yeah, because we've got to keep communicating, right? We can't stop communicating.
Tupako's an app that puts a buffer in between two divorcing couples or separating couples that get angry at each other and send nasty texts and aren't friendly in the slightest. And it stops that so they can have a calmer relationship to help out the child and just the family in general getting through the divorce and separation.
Do you think it'll stop it? Do you think it'll help make a difference?
I don't think it'll stop it, honey. I don't know if we can ever stop it, but I think we can definitely help people to get better at communicating and to take emotion away. You know, and I think it's up to us to stop it as people. I don't know whether an app can stop it, but it can certainly highlight how you can make it better. It's just like spell check can't help us to spell, but it will certainly help us to think about how we use our words and how we write words. So I think it's going to go a long way.
Points out
Absolutely.
our mistakes. You're saying this, so keep it in your mind that there's someone telling you don't.
That's
do
right.
that, don't say that.
That's right. And you know, I don't like yellowhead. Even though you might not think yellowhead's mean, I don't like it. So it helps the person don't call them yellowhead. They don't like it. So it's not, it's just helping us understand what makes us, feel better about ourselves.
The app could control the bullying, cyberbullying of aspect. It could really save someone if they are having a hard time and they keep getting bullied and they keep getting told that they're not good enough for that. And with this app, it could improve it by saying to this girl who's sending this mean stuff, this isn't right. No person should deserve to have this come up on the screen.
Perfect. That's exactly right. It's about what you deserve and what you find, and it's about empowering. Do you know what that word, empowering, do you hear that a lot? It's about empowering you, isn't it?
Yeah.
To know what's acceptable for me and what isn't. and feeling like you've got more control back. Not, you know, when you get a text, have you got someone you can think of?
Yeah.
Have you got anyone in your lives that you can think of? That you get a text and you go, uh-oh,
Yeah.
here's a message. Oh, you know, have you ever had that feeling? I live with that feeling every time a message, and you think, oh no, what are they going to say?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to live with that feeling?
Excited to communicate
Yeah,
with people.
actually want to get a message and go, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's so tiring having that same feeling every time you get.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
You live in fear.
Yeah. Oh, hun, I hear you.
Yeah.
Live with it too. It's awful. No one should feel like that.
Yeah.
If you want to protect your loved ones from negative communication and connect right, visit topako.com to find out more.